Hello, everyone. Councilman Joe Coyle, Edison Township. I'm here today gathered with strong supporters. I'm with Council Board Member Jerry Shih, Mohan Patel, Burial, and Superintendent Dr. Bernie Bragan, and the initiator of this press conference today, Board Member Virginia White. Today is an important topic, which is the vaccine. I've received several complaints in our council office for the equal distribution of this vaccine. And today I'm here to be calling out to you to a call to Washington, to Trenton, to Middlesex County, that we get equal distribution of this vaccine. This time's more important today that our teachers are brought to the front lines like everyone else to receive their vaccine. Everyone knows that the school system has been upside down since it started. Families are having struggles with going back to work. Kids are disconnected from the classroom. It's important we start to plan and have a schedule when this vaccine will be here and that we get the equal amount distributed throughout the state. I hear stories throughout the state that one county gets more than the other. I'm tired of hearing it, and it's important that we put our teachers here first, and also just the same as we would with our most vulnerable, our senior citizens and our first responders. But teachers are just as important and are in need of this vaccine, and I'm hoping today this will be a call to all of you and to reach out to your legislators to ask that we get equal distribution of this vaccine. I want to turn it over to Virginia White, who brought this here today, and I've supported her 100%. She's received also a lot of calls on this same issue. Virginia White.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you coming. We're going to try and keep this as brief as we possibly can, but we do want to get our message across, and actually it's just availability. We want to make the vaccine available to not only teachers, but all residents. So, if they want to have the vaccine, fine. If they don't, but we want them to be able to say it is available to them. Our local leaders will highlight the importance of how our school teachers and faculty on our community, and they will remain vital components of our town's success. With this in mind, our town leaders will ask that the impact educators have on our community be taken into account when determining COVID-19 vaccination priorities. Broader vaccine dissemination as school districts seek to return in-person instruction will assist in bringing a degree of normalcy to the lives of our children. It is our hope that by working in unison, local and state governments can implement a plan with scheduled timelines to achieve that goal. We are committed to this noble cause, and we're just asking for just help. Notice that we are here. We need this. This is so important. You've met, our guests here. We have Dr. Bragan, but I also want you to meet Andy Toth. He's part of the township. He's the Office of Emergency Management, and they have been doing a phenomenal job. They're ready. They're ready to do what they need to do. All we need at this point is a vaccine. So right now I'm going to give this to Dr. Bragan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. White, and I appreciate all of you coming here and the fact that we were able to get together with members of our board, our town council, and our Office of Emergency Management Coordinator, Mr. Toth. Just one note, and we've done this since the pandemic began. If you all remember, it's hard to believe it was last March, almost a year ago. We've been coordinating with the township and with the Office of Emergency Management, and I'm so grateful for the support that we continue to get from the township and from the Office of Emergency Management. We told a short story briefly when the pandemic started, which again, at some moments seems like a lifetime ago, and other moments it seems like yesterday, but we didn't have enough thermometers for our police and first responders at the hospitals, and Mr. Toth gave us a call because our schools had gone remote at that point, and we basically went to all our nurses' offices and took those no-contact thermometers, 20, 25 of them, and delivered them, and along with our masks that we used in science classes and things like that. That's where we were in goggles at that point. We were at a place where it was so hard to get any of that material that we had to distribute. We're not at that place anymore. We have the PPE. We have those supportive things. We have the thermometers, the scanners that you came in to get in the room. What we do need is the vaccines. And there was an article in the New York Times today that basically stated that there were 21 million health workers across the country. They were the first responders, and they got vaccinated. They were in the first wave. There's about 6.5 million people who work in K-12 schools. They should be a priority next. They really should be. It'll help allay some of the concerns and fears that our community members have for returning. But I also want to mention that that shouldn't be an impediment to coming back. Our schools are safe. We have practices and protocols in place to ensure social distancing, mask wearing, thermal scans, cleaning procedures and processes that are aligned with the CDC and the New Jersey Department of Health guidelines. So our schools will be safe for students and staff to return. However, having the vaccine adds that other layer of comfort. At least if we could say we're in the process of getting that set up for all of our K-12 educators. And that's what we're here to do today. We want to continue to work with our township, OEM coordinators, our departments of health, our Board of Education, and our council members, and doing all we can to make our entire community safe and return everyone back to schools. I will turn this over to Mr. Coyle or Board President, Mr. Sheed, whoever wants to speak. Thank you.
My name is Jerry Shim, the board president. I'm here to support the initiative started by Jeannie White and Councilman Coyle. And just want to re-echo what Dr. Bragan said. We need vaccines for our teachers and staff, and they should be on a higher priority list. And working with the elected officials and the townships, we can get some vaccines to our school district. And I just want to let you know that Dr. Bragan has been working with Andy since the very beginning, working very, very hard. Our school is ready. Once we have the vaccines, we have the nurses to administer them. And I think the township also has nurses to administer them. All we need is a product, and we're ready to go. So with that, I'd like to invite Andy to say a couple words.
Thank you. My name is Andy Toth. I'm Deputy Fire Chief for the Fire Department, but I'm also the Director of Emergency Management. Like Dr. Bragan said in the beginning, I didn't even know who Dr. Bragan was, but we came together and we were able to come up with the PPE to give to the hospitals, along with board members, council people. Everybody came together as one, but at this point, it's my job to do resources, and the administration approved me. I have the refrigerators and freezers for the vaccines. Dr. Bragan reached out. He gave me locations. We have plans in place. They're all ready to go. He gave us his nurses. Our health department has nurses. We ran trial runs of these, but the only thing we're missing is the vaccines. We're not holding back on anything. We want to get this for the teachers and anybody that wants them, and the seniors, everybody. But working together, I think we get it done. The only thing we need now is the vaccines. That's what we're asking for, and we're ready to take them. Thank you for having me today.
I just wanted to also reach out to two other board members who'd like to speak. Biro Patel, could you please come up?
Thank you very much, Jeannie White, for arranging this. Now, as Jeannie said, I'm going to echo that. The vaccines are very important for our educators, support staff members, but most importantly for every single residents as well, right? So while we try to get as many residents and support staff and educators vaccinated, what I did last night is went to the council meeting and asked our township to help every single senior out in the town to provide them transportation to the vaccine site, to help them register using the complicated link that is on the state system. Other towns are doing it. Woodbridge is doing it. Why not we help every single person who is eligible to get vaccination? So when we receive vaccinations from the county and from the state, they are available for our educators and support staff. So I wouldn't, everyone else emphasized a little more. I would like to give it to Mohin Patel, who is the board vice president.
Thank you guys for coming here today. And I want to thank Jeannie White for initiating this with Joe Coyle, our councilman. And it's very essential that our teachers get vaccinated, they are essential workers in a way. They're actually the first person that our kids see in the morning as well, right? So we want to make sure that they're ready to go with the vaccinations, and we have the infrastructure is already there. We just need the vaccines to get them vaccinated. So we implore our governor as well as our Middlesex County commissioner to make sure that they get the product in place so we could administer it as soon as possible. That's echoing everything that we're all saying. Please help us get there. Thank you.
Before I open up to any questions, just want to also remind people, Edison is the 5th largest town in the state, and we should be treated like the 5th largest town in the state. Our public school system is far the best and rated the best in the nation. It's important today that we start moving forward and making sure there's a plan and a schedule for this vaccine for our school teachers. And we all know we're in a county with 750,000 people, and again, we're the 5th largest town in this state. Was there anyone else I missed that would like to speak? Okay. I was going to open up to any questions. If you have a question for me or you want to refer to Dr. Bragan, just say, and that person will come up to the podium. We're opening to questions if you have any. Silence. We're okay with that. I'll just wait a few minutes if you have anything. If I don't want to interrupt your thinking. Okay, see no
I have a
questions?
question. I apologize.
No problem.
So I missed the first part of the press conference. Has the commissioner at all given you any idea when you will be getting the vaccines?
I'm going to turn this to Mike. I have not been made aware of anything from the commission, but I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Bragan.
And when I mean commissioner, the board of the education commissioner.
We have not received information at the local level or from the Commissioner of Education from New Jersey about when the vaccines will be available for educators. And I'm not sure that information would come from them. I think it would more likely come from our local health departments at the county level, who I think has the distribution rights for the vaccines when they get them. So we haven't had direction or any information from the Commissioner of Education regarding the local school districts getting vaccines.
Is there any other questions? Okay, I'm seeing none. I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and I want to thank Virginia White for initiating this energy behind a need that's truly has to happen. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you, Dr. Bragan. Thank you, School Member President Jerry Shih, Bureau Patel, and Mohan Patel. And of course, our wonderful Deputy Chief, Andy Toth, has been incredible. And I will say, echo what was spoken here before. We're prepared. The Township Vet is prepared. The school district is prepared for this vaccine and making sure everyone receives the vaccine. We need the vaccine is the issue right now. We need equal distribution of this vaccine to come to Edison. Thank you.